Did the Kardashians get markled, or did Harry and Meghan get dumped? That is the question. Rumors have been swirling around that some major drama, y'all, happened behind the scenes at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party, and the mystery of the deleted Instagram photos deepens. In today's video, we're going to discuss the many theories of what happened and what's really going on. You guys, we have a lot of juicy royal daily tea to get through today, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the royal daily tea. So about last night. So let's break down some of the rumors and some of the theories that have been circulating over deleted photogate of the Markles from the Kardashian party. Now, you have to realize that this was the party of the season. This was at Jeff Bezos' mansion. Him and his wife Lauren were hosting and paying for this huge party. All of the stars were there. We're talking Oprah, Gayle King, Tyler Perry, Mariah Carey, Beyonce. I saw Tom Hanks' wife, Paris Hilton, the Kardashians. They are a big part of our pop culture, although I would say they're more C-list in my opinion. But there was a ton of celebrities there. This was the ticket for any movie star, any wannabe movie star actress. This was one of the parties you wanted to be at for the networking. But it was really surprising to see Harry and Meghan, considering the fact we don't ever really see them out and about at these Hollywood parties, and there could be a good reason for that. So let's break down the party. They hired paparazzi to take photographs of all of the guests as they arrived. So having your photo taken was a given. Now you could clearly see Meghan was happy. She was smiling. She was in her element. Harry just looked like he was going through the motions. He had a scowl on his face. He was rushing to get to the door. But again, for someone like Meghan Markle, this is literally her narcissistic wet dream come true. She's being papped at Jeff Bezos' mansion, one of the richest people in the United States. Are you kidding? She's hanging out with Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, a lot of movie stars. And again, Meghan Markle, y'all, has returned to acting. So I think she's sniffing around for another cameo. Okay, they're getting a little desperate. Things aren't going well for them with their as ever business, and a lot of things are starting to dry up. So Meghan, as we know, has returned to acting, and I believe there's a really specific reason as to why she really wanted to be at this event, besides the fact that it was the party of the season. It was a huge, huge bash. Now, the other thing that is interesting is that Prince Harry shows up at a Kardashian-style Hollywood party wearing a puppy, which was really bizarre. It's like a fish out of water. He's desperately trying to hold on to that royal connection, mixing Hollywood with royalty, and it just kind of doesn't go. He should not have worn the puppy, in my opinion, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So here we have a photo of Meghan and Kim Kardashian. Again, narcissistic dream came true. Her love tank is full. She's a happy camper. Now, the other reason why, this is my theory, why the photos may or may not have been deleted is one, Meghan didn't look great, okay? I don't know who dressed her, but this outfit is not it. At first, I thought it was a black dress, and I thought, oh, okay, it's a classy black dress with a nice slit. I have to say, from far away, it looked good. But when you zoom in and you actually look at the outfit, it looked like something a teenager made in a home ec class where she had to make an outfit for a grade, that she sewed it on a sewing machine. The colors are off. The waistband is weird, and I'm sorry, but it's not a very flattering outfit. And Kim is doing a really weird pose. I don't know what that holding my tummy is about. But then the photos get worse. So here we have a photo of Harry, Kris Jenner, and Meghan Markle, but it looks like Kris Jenner is leaning all the way over to Prince Harry, almost like they're posing for a prom date. It looked like Barbie and Ken went to prom, in my opinion. And Kris was all about Harry. She didn't give a F about Meghan. And we all know you don't put baby in a corner. You don't put baby in a corner. Meghan was not a happy camper, y'all. She looked like a third wheel. Again, Harry and Kris Jenner looked like they were going to the prom and they were cozying up, posing together. And then you have Meghan just kind of like, hey, I'm here. Cheese, take my picture. And she's like awkwardly at the end of the photo, and there's a big space between Kris Jenner and Meghan. Okay. And Harry's leaning in like cheek to cheek, and Meghan's face is like thunder. And not to be mean, but her midsection looks like it's kind of protruding. Again, that dress was not her friend. Okay. Girlfriend, whoever dressed you does not like you. You need to fire them. Who told her this was a great outfit with mismatched blacks lied to you. Okay. Again, it looked like a home ec project from a girl in middle school who had to sew something up, and she used Velcro tape and made a little tie skirt or something. I mean, seriously, this is really bad. I mean, look at Kris Jenner's quality of her gown, and then you look at Meghan. It looks like does she get dressed in the dark? What is going on? But in the photograph, Meghan doesn't look great. It's not a flattering angle. And it kind of looks like Meghan just kind of walked into the photo and said, I'm here. Like they didn't really want Meghan in the photograph. But Meghan didn't get the hint, like, move out the way, move out the way. Meghan's like, I'm here. Again, Meghan doesn't like to be on the end of any photo because you can crop her out. And many people have actually cropped out the image of just Harry and Kris Jenner. Okay? So again, don't put baby in a corner. She doesn't like to be on the end. Meghan always has to be in the middle of a photograph. So remember what she did at the Sentabali polo match, where she refused to move out of the way and let Dr. Sophie stand next to Prince Harry. That woman would not move. That's weird. Most people would be like, oh, certainly, let me move out the way. Here you go. No, not Meghan. Meghan was like, move, biatch, over to the right. You go to the right, I'm in the middle. Meghan always has to touch a microphone. She's always got to touch the award, or she's got to usher Prince Harry over, like, take the award, Harry, present the award, Harry. Meghan always has to be the center of attention, just like she did at her friend at the bookstore. Remember, with the microphone, and she had to correct her friend. The woman cannot stand for anybody to have attention, to get an award, to have a microphone, or not to be in the center of a photograph. So we could go with theory one, that Meghan did not like this photo. It was not a flattering photo. And look, we've all had people take photos of us at parties, at get-togethers, and then just post them on social media. And you're like, oh my God, take that photo down. Clearly, somebody didn't like the photo and it was promptly removed. Okay. We also have this photo with Meghan doing the, hi, how are you, darling? Acting like the belle of the ball, like everyone just loves her. But again, there was a lot of weird body language at this party, and I don't think a lot of people liked her. Here she's with Victoria Jackson's husband, the owner of that huge cosmetic line. I think this is her husband. He's a friend of hers. So again, they kind of captured this moment between Meghan seeing one of her friends' husbands, but over the top, huggy, huggy, we're best friends, blah, blah, blah. Again, this photo was also deleted. And then we have this weird gem where it looked like Harry was cutting a rug with Kris Jenner. And of course, Meghan, again, is she directing Kris Jenner? Yes, Kris, move your hips to the beat. Let me direct you and show you how to dance. Why is Meghan acting like she's in charge and she's in the center? Clearly, Harry's looking at Kris is looking at Harry, and Meghan is hanging on the side. Because again, Meghan cannot stand to not be the center of attention. And Harry, as a royal, he is the draw. Everybody wants Prince Harry. They kind of, deal with Meghan. She's his plus one. In order to get Harry to an event, you got to invite Meghan. That's kind of the law of the land of the Montecito grifters. Everyone knows you want Harry, you got to bring his wife. That's just part of the deal. But again, it looks weird, right? Like Harry and Kris are clearly enjoying a moment. They're all about each other. Again, Kris is not giving a toss about Meghan, not even paying attention to Meghan, but Meghan is hanging on to Kris. Like, pay attention to me, Kris. I'm going to put my arm on you, Kris. My eyes are going to beat into your soul until you look at me. But Kris is all about Harry. Once again, the interaction is Harry. So I could see why these photos were deleted because one, Meghan looks like a thirsty D-list showgirl, clinging, trying to get attention, and the photos were a bit unflattering. Let's be honest, they were unflattering. But again, Meghan Markle's a wannabe actress, and this is her narcissistic dream come true. Getting an invite to the party, a seat at the table. We all know that Meghan Markle is a thirsty wannabe actress. So you have to remember, before Harry, before she hit pay dirt and married her rich UK husband, Meghan was a D-list actress on a cable TV show that nobody watched. Nobody watched Suits at the time. She was desperate for a rich UK husband. She was lucky if she could get a bit part in a movie or a really bad Hallmark movie. She was desperate. She was looking around at reality TV. She was talking to people like Millie McIntosh, trying to befriend these people so she could get on a TV show called Made in Chelsea, which is a very popular reality show in the UK. Here she is riding bikes with the lady who she quickly dumped right after she got with Prince Harry. So being invited to a Kardashian party, again, is literally Meghan Markle's wet dream come true. This is something she has always wanted, kind of full circle, as you will, Meghan Markle. Okay, so Meghan, this is her moment. This is her moment to shine. But again, all of the photos were deleted. So we have to say why. Now, one theory is that Meghan's team did not like the fact that there were photographs of Harry and Meghan posted all over their socials without prior consent, without permission. So her team reached out to the Jenner team and said, can you delete our photo? We don't want any unsolicited photos that we don't approve on your socials. And they were just quietly deleted. Again, Meghan didn't look great in those photos. They were not flattering, nor did she post any photos of this event to her own social media, which is weird because Meghan likes to brag about everything and all her friends. You would have thought she would have had photos of her and Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Jeff Bezos, Oprah, Tyler Perry, all over her Instagram. Not one photo. Not one photo. Okay? And then she has them delete photos of her at a huge event, the event of the season. So theory one, the Sussexes don't like people posting photos that are not approved or edited to Meghan's liking. I think that's a good theory. The second one is she didn't look great and she wanted them all deleted. I think that's a believable theory. But there's a third theory, which I kind of think is the actual reason as to why they were deleted. Now, you have to remember, this was during Remembrance Weekend, a huge, huge event over in the UK, where all of the working royals were out and about celebrating the fallen heroes. A very somber event, a very important event. Okay, this is a huge, huge deal. Now, Harry has been cosplaying royals. That man is thirsty. He wants back. He wants back to the UK. So bad he could taste it. He sat around trying to upstage his brother for the Earthshot Prize last week, trying to prove to the world, look, y'all, I'm a royal. I'm still relevant. I can come back part-time and represent the UK. I'm very important on the worldwide stage. I'm still a royal prince, which again, the clock is ticking. But he wants the world to see him as an important figure around the world. He wants that IPP status. He wants to be bowed to and called His Royal Highness. He wants to be like his brother. His brother is moving farther and farther away and moving up the ladder to relevance. He is a king in waiting. People respect Prince William when he speaks, when he does the Earthshot Prize, when he speaks at the UN, when he speaks at COP30. Even Donald Trump went out of his way to meet him at the Notre Dame reopening. People respect Prince William because he is a future leader. He is a future king. Harry has become a joke. He has become a caricature. He has become his wife's handbag holder. Meghan Markle's plus one. She drags him around to the Dodgers. She drags him to the Kardashian parties. He always looks like a fish out of water. He looks miserable. Okay, so here he sees his family on the worldwide stage being respected. He sees Catherine and he sees his brother William looking like a future king and queen. And he knows it's only a matter of time that they're going to be to the highest level of relevancy in the monarchy. Meanwhile, 5 years into Megxit, he's hanging out with the Kardashians, who were famous for being famous. Hanging out with people like Tyler Perry, who doesn't exactly have the greatest reputation. Oprah Winfrey, again, yes, they're stars, but do they have the best reputation? In my opinion, he's starting to look a little bit like Uncle Andy. Remember how Uncle Andy and Fergie rubbed shoulders with billionaires and celebrities like Jeffrey E., and how that's not worked out well for them lately with them losing their titles? Again, Andrew just got stripped of his princehood and his dukedom. Things aren't going well for Uncle Andy. And then here we have Harry and Meghan partying it up on Remembrance Day weekend, looking like, a bunch of D-list celebrities and not royals. Meghan Markle does not look nor act like a royal duchess. She looks like a two-bit actress, okay? He married a two-bit actress on a defunct cable TV show. Let's just call it what it is, folks. He married beneath his station. Sorry, not sorry. So now you have Meghan, who's just dying to go to these events, but they look trashy, hanging out with trashy celebrities on Remembrance weekend. And here's little Harry wearing his poppy. Look, guys, I'm still British. I'm important. I'm a prince of the realm. I represent the veterans here at the Kardashian party. Here's my poppy. He should not have worn the poppy. He was cosplaying a working royal. Yes, it's Remembrance weekend, but again, you're a celebrity now. You're a D-list celebrity, maybe a C-list, okay? But you're not a working royal. You don't represent the realm. You don't represent the UK. Quit trying to hold on to the royal family. They've left you. They've taken off and left you and Meghan on your island of one. Y'all are done. You're not coming back to the monarchy. The ship has sailed, son. The ship has sailed. You're not on it. So quit trying to cosplay and hold on to your royal life because it's over. It's over. So Harry is basically, I believe, not happy with the way that the photos were out to the press, and he wanted it taken down immediately because he realized the aesthetic are not good. They're not good. First, we have him at the Dodger game wearing a Dodger hat, and he got in trouble with Canada. Remember, he got booed at the game because people don't like him. So the people of Canada were like, "You're a traitor. You were representing the Dodgers. Get the hell out of here, son. We don't want anything to do with you. Seriously, you're no longer a prince. Just go be Meghan's husband, okay? Go live in California. We don't want to see you." So he messed up there with Hatgate. Then he tried to upstage Prince William for the Arshot Prize and made a fool of himself. And then he gave that speech, "What it's like to be British. I'm so happy to be British," right? And then he shows up for Remembrance weekend wearing a poppy over at a Kardashian party. It's like, ugh, he's trying to mix and match the royal life, cosplaying royals with trying to be a D-list celebrity to make his wife happy. Now, rumor is Meghan really wanted to go to this party for networking purposes because Jeff Bezos, he owns the James Bond franchise. And we all think that Meghan wants to be in a new James Bond movie, perhaps a James Bond girl. The other rumor is Kim Kardashian also wants to be a James Bond girl, so maybe they're going neck and neck in competition. Or perhaps Meghan's gonna network her way to another cameo appearance in a James Bond movie. Again, Jeff Bezos, head of Amazon, and he owns James Bond, a big movie's coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if Meghan's trying to get her way in the back door. So these types of events are very important for Meghan, not necessarily for Harry. Again, these two people are not in sync. They have two different motives and they're moving in two different directions. But again, I think this was an embarrassing moment for Prince Harry. He's realizing how far he has gone down the totem pole, how far he has sunk. And the more time that passes, another year that goes by, they're falling farther and farther away from the royal family, from relevancy. And that's not good for Harry. There's really no way back to the royal family, but the fact he was wearing a poppy, it's like, what are you doing? So, what theory do you believe? Do you believe it was Meghan Markle who forced them to remove the photographs because one, she likes to control the narrative, and two, they were very unflattering about Meghan Markle, or two, that Prince Harry had them removed because he doesn't want to be seen running around with celebrities during Remembrance Weekend, and he knows it's not a good look for his royal future. Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you and hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.